Hello. I'm gonna make this one fast. I gotta get to work in I'm already at work, but I gotta be for my meeting in like 20 minutes. But this one I want just kind of release some, you know, get what's in my chest, get it out of my chest, cause boy, I'm talking about Donald Trump and his mugshot and conservative, high-profile conservatives, mostly on Fox News, the majority on Fox News, but also in Newsmax or what's the other one? America something, OAN or something, One America News or something like that. Anyways, it's just I watched something about Jesse Waters, like I don't know, almost a week ago now, talking about Trump's mugshot and how that's gonna earn him support with the black community because somehow the black community relates to being in a mugshot, I guess. Then that's gonna earn Trump some street cred, uh, according to Jesse Waters. So I saw a video. I think it was Kyle Kalinske. I want to say Kyle Kalinske because Breaking Points and the Secular Talk. I kind of like the two I watch the most. And so, but anyways, it's been like almost a week, like I said, and it was it was Jesse Waters just straight up Trump's ass, sniffing every fart he could, and so yeah, trying to connect, like make a connection there, like saying, oh, Trump's gonna get black support because he's in a mugshot now, and black people can relate to that for being, and for being famous, I guess, or whatever, according to conservative minds. Like, oh, they're always in trouble with the law or with the justice system, and so there's a lot of black people mugshots, I guess. That was the message, pretty much. Oh, they can relate to that, so that's gonna earn Trump some support. And so I was thinking, freaking goofy ass, Jesse Waters, one of the conservatives from the conservative world, saying some goofy ass opinions, like, yeah, he's a one-off, But then I saw TYT, I think yesterday, and there was like a compilation of other conservatives pretty much saying making the same dumb point. I just saw like 5 different high-profile conservative faces, all white men, by the way. I think it's all white dudes. Maybe I think I saw Laura Ingram's face in there, but she wasn't really saying anything. She was listening to some other white dude explain it. But yeah, it's like, oh, let me see. Eric Bowling, he was there talking about it to Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr., of course, echoing his message, agreeing with it. Steven Crowder, I saw Steven Crowder, some other white dude on Fox News that I seen his face a few times, but I still haven't cared enough to know what the guy's name is even. And he was the one talking to Laura Ingraham about it. Maybe another high-profile conservative face or two, all making the same damn point. Oh, Trump is gonna get black support because he's got a mugshot now, so he's like makes him look like a badass, I guess, or a hard ass, and black people can relate to that, being in a mugshot. And it's like, I mean, if you think about it, it's fucking racist, and me being a Latino, Mexican-born Latino, is like, why not pander to Mexicans too with that dumbass message? I mean, we get arrested too, I've been arrested by the police, and There's mugshots of me. I think at least they took a mugshot of me at least once or twice. Should I relate to Trump now? I mean, yeah, I didn't fucking uh the way I guess I'll share real fast how I ended up in a mugshot, but uh I talked about immigration before. I'm a U.S. citizen now, but there was one point, I think, not for the longest time, let's say the first 30 years, 25 years of my life in the U.S., I was an undocumented immigrant or an illegal if you're an asshole. But yeah, so prior to 2010, I want to say, if you were an undocumented immigrant, that means you couldn't get a driver's license or get a, what's it called, car insurance, and living where I was living at, public transportation really wasn't there. So to get to work, even to go to college, that's part of the reason why I didn't finish college, because I kept getting pulled over. And so I'm like, I'm not even gonna keep going if the cops already knew who I was, what my car looked like. So I was a guaranteed, conviction or a guaranteed fine for them, and whatever. I guess they get a bonus or something. I'm guessing anyway. But yeah. And so one of the times that I got pulled over, yeah, I ended up being arrested again, having to pay a fine, or having to pay bail, and fingerprinted me, and there was a mugshot involved, which sucks, but thank God everything's better now. But anyway, should I relate to Trump now because I've been in a mugshot? Like, oh, I know what it's like. Yeah, because Trump got pulled over. Trump had no options, right? Like, Trump only got caught with an ounce of weed, and so that's how he ended up years in prison, or that's why there's a mugshot of him now. Anyways, seeing that all these conservative people talk about it like that, and it's like, wow, dude, like, they really are shameless. They have no fucking shame. Prior to Trump's mugshot, what were they saying about BLM protesting police brutality, or just the justice system? Hold on, I got someone talking to me here. I'm back. You know, one of my coworkers came to talk to me. So, yeah, where was I? Yeah, they just have no shame. Like, they were demonizing BLM or anybody that would speak about, the whole the wokeism, whatever woke stuff. That's originally a phrase that mostly used by the black community, because it just meant like, be aware of the still injustices that still happen, and be aware of the talk. I guess that meant, like, apparently they say that black people have the talk with their children and when interacting with police, which is something my mom never talked to me about. Maybe she should have, because most cops were nice to me, like, even when they pull me over, whatever, or they were just not plain rude. But yeah, I did have a couple racist experiments with the cops. By the way, if you notice something in my lip here, I was working on my backyard. I climbed up one of my trees to cut down some branches, and I turned real suddenly at one point, and there was a stub, a branch stub that I left on, and whacked me around the face. So I don't know if you noticed it there, but yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, so this is how all those high profile conservatives, they at one point they demonize BLM, or people who are sympathetic to BLM, or they're not even BLM anymore, because BLM, the leaders of the organization, they were exposed not very long ago for being shady and stealing money, I guess, from the organization. But people of the movement, BLM, they were demonizing them because they were anti-cop. Well, yeah, why do you think they're anti-cop, dumbass? But in the worst possible light, they will put them in the worst possible light, like, oh, they just want crime, they don't care about crime, and they don't care that they want small businesses to get mugged or robbed, whatever. So anyways, a lot of these organizations protesting police that are black organizations, they're talking exactly about this. Why are you arresting me and putting me in a mugshot and making me pay bail just because I sold weed or had weed on me and I was smoking it, or whatever non-violent criminal offense I might have made. Why are you coming down on me like I murdered somebody? Why are you giving me so many years in prison for minor stuff? And so for the longest time, I bet you there still are, because they are shameless. Like I'm saying, they are shameless. They're gonna ride this Trump mugshot train, and I guess they're gonna keep going with the whole black support. Black people are gonna support them. More black people are gonna support them for the mugshot. They're gonna write that narrative until I guess they don't find it useful anymore, and then they're gonna go back to demonizing black people and blaming them for being in prison. One of the white guys, one of these white conservatives on Fox News, he was like, "Oh, I talked to this lady." He didn't say her race, but I think he meant it was implied that he was talking to a black person, and this lady, "Oh, I'm gonna support him now because he's now a gangster with swag," or some shit like that. Like, dude, Cornel West calls Trump a gangster, and he doesn't mean it in a complimentary way. And so, yeah, the way Cornel West means it is, yeah, this dude commits all kinds of high crimes, and he gets away with it just because he's fucking white and he's rich. And so that's really what it is. He has all the money, so he has connections to these politicians who he bribes pretty much. Before he became president, anyway, that was his world. His father was fucking arrested one time. He was in the KKK. He was like at a KKK rally or some shit. Fred Trump. But yeah, it just made me realize, like, man, these people really are fucking shameless. And this is why I don't trust Republicans. I don't trust conservatives. American conservatives, pretty much. I cut the conservative voter, the rank and file right wing people. I caught them some slack because they watch this dumbasses at a higher pedestal, and Tucker Carlson and all them. And so for all I know, they truly believe the bullshit they are listening to. And then they preach it, regurgitate what they hear from these people. But I definitely don't take their word for it, even though I know they might, you know what I'm trying to say? They're not trying to lie on purpose. They might truly believe this dumb shit, that this whole stupid ass narrative. I guess there's people gullible like that. Oh, Trump will get support among the black community now for this mugshot. I don't know how many of the rank and file conservative people, that vote Republican, are gonna fall for that bullshit. But I'm not gonna demonize them for that. I'm not gonna hold it against them, but because that's all the shit they watch. They're in their own sphere, in their own echo chambers. I don't know how often they try to get out of them and listen to other perspectives. Um, I'm in my own echo chambers, progressive left wing stuff. I try to remind myself, listen to other shit. I try to listen to the PVD podcast, Joe Rogan. They say he claims he's a liberal or whatever the fuck. Bullshit, Joe Rogan. I don't believe him, but so I try to step out of my own comfort zone and listen to the other side. And I don't know how often conservatives on the other side do that. So I cut them slack. I listen to whatever the fuck they claiming. But I don't accept it right away. I listen to it. Sometimes they're right. They're not always lying, but a lot of the times, and most of the times, I'm sure if you follow politics, you probably heard this phrase before from Ronald Reagan, which I find it stupid, but trust but verify. Like, I don't know why the fuck that phrase is famous, and it's viewed in a positive manner, and I don't like. To me, it sounds stupid. Like, if you gotta verify, that means you don't really trust it. So, whatever. It's some shit, high profile politicians tell themselves to build a relationship. I guess it works. It was regarding the whole Russia US relations, and I think something to do with, I think it was regarding nuclear weapons, like reduce their number of nukes and verify each other's numbers. But so yeah, I'm not gonna say I trust conservative people. I just don't trust what they're saying, even though they mean it and they might really believe it. Doesn't mean it's true. Doesn't mean it's fact. So I verify it. I cross check it, and yeah, if it's true, then I give them credit, and if it affects a belief of mine, I will adjust my belief. I will factor in the new fact that I got from this conservative rank and file person that I interacted with on Facebook, Twitter, whatever, however it was, or in person. But you gotta remember their sources, man, which is this stupid asses in the Fox News platform, or Steven Crowder, or Tucker Carlson on Twitter now. Dumb fucking people, lying, dishonest scumbags. Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, Ben Shapiro, all them idiots. You gotta be cognizant that that's their sources. And you gotta be cognizant how much those fucking people are liars and how they deceive the American public. So to me they lie most of the time, and then they expect me to give them credit when they say a fact between every 10 lies or something. So just shameless, this whole narrative about Trump and the mugshot and how black community is gonna, it really, like, it doesn't surprise me that they're that shameless, but it still caught me by, it still surprised me. Like, goddamn, like, they really have no boundaries. And I'm just waiting. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna bring out their black tokens, minority tokens. Candace Owens, they will bring freaking Kanye, but he's still recovering from being a dumbass saying pro-Hitler stuff. So they're probably gonna, put him on the bench for this one round. But whatever other Jesse, not Jesse Waters. That's the white conservative guy. Wow, what was this other Jesse something? Peterson, maybe. Jesse Lee Peterson, maybe? I don't know. Very anti-black dude. He's the black guy that I guess he made White History Month official. A black guy. Jesse Lee Peterson, I think is his name. Like, I think July is White History Month because of him. And of course, it's not nationally recognized, but yeah. Eventually, I'm guessing black conservative tokens are gonna come out and yeah, he's gonna get street cred. Although they do the same bullshit. They're anti-CRT and they blame black people for being arrested by the police so much. They blame it on them normally, but this one time because of the Trump mugshot, they're gonna pretend they sympathize with them just so they can somehow correlate them around Trump. Shameless, shameless, shameless. I gotta get to work. I'll talk to you later.